What is up, y'all? We're back with another episode of the Mure Mind with your host, Jordan Mure. Okay. Today's podcast, we're going to be talking about being antisocial and introverted, but also feeling lonely, dealing with the pain of having to let people go, sports and possible long-term injuries, and being real versus being fake. All right. Let's start with being antisocial and introverted, but also feeling lonely. Now, I'm a very charismatic person, but I am not a people person. And what I mean by that is I get extreme social anxiety if I'm in a crowd of people that I don't know. My heart rate starts to beat very quickly, and it's a lot to deal with, you know. Now, over the years, I've found techniques to, slow my breathing and help deal with certain, anxious levels. But some people are just naturally more withdrawn than others. And there's nothing wrong with, being, a lone wolf in a sense. There's nothing wrong with, not wanting to roll with the pack. There's nothing wrong with just being okay with being by yourself. The issue is sometimes you are a more naturally withdrawn person, but you start to feel lonely. And the problem arises when you don't want to ask for help and you don't want to have people around, but you feel lonely. Because you can look, this is why people don't understand. You can be in a room full of people and still feel lonely, and that's the worst feeling in the world. Because you feel like those people in the room don't even recognize you as a human being. You're just kind of in there, And also, you could be in a room with one person and feel completely satisfied. So I think for people, and this is what I do for me, is when I'm feeling lonely, but I know I don't want to be around a lot of people, I will usually contact people that I'm cool with, and just interact with them through social media. That way, I don't actually have to be around a person, but I still get the energy from interacting with another human being. Other things you can do is just kind of come to terms with the fact that sometimes you're going to feel lonely. I think what makes a person powerful is being able to be alone and being okay with being alone. I think so many people nowadays are so caught up with the idea of fitting in and always feeling like they need a relationship or they need a partner to feel whole, to where when they actually have to be by themselves and deal with their own issues by themselves, they kind of implode because they've never had to truly deal with that. And at first, it's not going to be easy. Trust me, it's not. But once you find that inner strength to actually be by yourself and be fine and understand that, there's actually strength that comes from being by yourself. Because it's like this. Eventually, all those people that you're using for a support system, be that family, friends, loving relationships, they will come to an end. At some point or another, the people you care about will either pass away, you will fall out, or you'll just grow apart. And when that happens, you have to still be able to get along with your life and be content with yourself. And I think that's the hardest thing. Just being content with yourself and just understanding that it's okay to be alone, and there's nothing wrong with you or wanting to be alone. And especially for my younger viewers, don't allow peer pressure to make you feel like you have to be with the crowd. Because I promise you, it's not. I did a lot of adult shit as a young kid, when it comes to drugs, drinking, sex, stuff like that. That stuff happened to me when I was a very, young person. So I was never really interested in going to parties and getting fucked up, because in my mind, I was like, if I want to get fucked up, I can stay home and get fucked up. And also, I just didn't have enough trust for people to put myself in a situation like that. And let me speak on this. This wasn't a topic, but I'm gonna bring this up. A lot of people nowadays are entirely too trusting of the people they hang around and the environments they go into. Be you male or female, I truly believe that you should never go into an environment and allow yourself to be inebriated and or high to the point where you can't, one, spot when shit's about to go down, and 2, remove yourself from that situation without any harm befalling you. Now, there's nothing wrong with, having fun. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, if you want to get fucked up, that's probably something you should do in the comfort of your own home by yourself. Because you never know who has an interior motive to do what to you, be that rob you, sexually violate you, beat you up. You don't know. And some people are very good at playing that friend role until you become vulnerable. Because you never know who truly is your friend while you have strength. Because people can fear you. They can fear your strength. So they would never... It's the same thing in the wild when you see a lion and a hyena, A single hyena is not going to run up on a lion. It's not happening. Lion's too strong. 5 to 6, a little bit more confident. They start rolling 20 deep. Now they feel like the top dogs. Now that lion's strength doesn't seem as much of a challenge anymore because they have the upper hand. So just make sure that any situation you get yourself in, you're always checking for escape routes, exits, and contingency plans. I think a lot of people nowadays, contingency plans are extremely important. It don't matter who you're kicking it with. I don't care if you've been friends for the past 20 years. You have to understand that if you're going to allow yourself to be inebriated and or high to the point to where you don't have control of your body, then you are putting yourself in a very dangerous predicament. Extremely dangerous. And it's like you're almost forfeiting your own functions and rights in a way, And I know people hearing that like, what do you mean? And I'm not saying, look, in a perfect world, we would all be able to get fucked up with a random stranger and not have to worry about anything. But in a world where we've had fucking Ted Bundy's, Jeffrey Dahmer's, and sexual assault cases that are on the rise, I just truly believe that you should stay on your 10 toes, keep your head on the swivel, and always expect the unexpected. And people may call you paranoid or whatever, but it is better to be ready and for no reason than not be ready for a reason. So just be extremely cautious out here, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna be a fucking, stick in the mud and tell you not to have fun, because at the end of the day, you're gonna do what the fuck you want anyway. Okay, you may not even be listening to these podcasts, but from me to you, it would probably benefit you to be cautious of the environment you allow yourself to get into. Okay. Next one, dealing with the pain of having to let people go. Y'all, when you are really close to someone and you care about them, it hurts physically to let them go. It does. It hurts. But I just want you to think of it like this. Sometimes it's gonna hurt you more to hold on than it is to let go. And I want you to I want everyone to just close your eyes and picture holding on to a rope. And on the other end of the rope is a raging bull, and it's running the opposite direction from you. And you're holding on, you're trying to hold this beast back, and it's pulling and it's pulling and it's pulling, and the rope is making your hand red, it's getting bloody, and there's excruciating amounts of pain in your hand. And in your mind, if you just let go of this rope, all that pain subsides and goes away. But the difficulty is letting go of the rope. It's hard. Take it from me, it's hard. I didn't hold on to my fair share of ropes, and I've had the scars to live with, So just weigh your options and just understand sometimes shit ain't worth it, man. It's really not. The pain that's going to come from keeping this relationship, this friendship, this bond with family usually is not going to be worth what you're doing to yourself. It's not. You got to put yourself, I'm going to keep harping on this. You have to put yourself first sometimes. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being selfish about your safety and your happiness and your mental and emotional well-being. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Because everyone else is going to put theirs before yours. So you might as well put yours before everyone else's. Okay. Next, we're gonna segment into sports and the possibilities of long-term injuries. Okay. I don't know if many of y'all know this, or many of y'all may know this. I used to play football. Played football for about 5 years. I was pretty good at it. Got a couple of college offers, had an opportunity to play in college, but my junior year of playing football, I actually injured myself. My right clavicle snapped it in half. Had to get surgery on it. And now I have to deal with the consequences of that surgery. I can't sleep with my arm a certain way, otherwise I will lose blood function. I don't do very well in the cold because there's 9 metal screws throughout the bone with a titanium plate covering it. So that metal is extremely susceptible to extremely cold temperatures. And just constant aches that I gotta deal with. And it's a part of my body. You know, I can't, it's literally just something I have to live with now. And I made the decision. I wanted it to happen, and you know, I after I got the surgery, I played another season, got my rewards and everything. It was, you know, but this is something I'm gonna have to live with for the rest of my life. So, just understand what the risks are, no matter what sport it is. I'm not putting no sport over the other. Every single sport that requires you to have to be physical, you bear the risk of, you know, permanently injuring yourself. It can be a physical injury. It can be a emotional trauma. That can be a mental, you know, there's a risk. You know, it's risk versus reward. Like, you know, I know a lot of people play sports with the idea that they don't have to pay for college, which is, you know, it's great, do you? But you have to understand that a lot of these coaches do not give a fuck about you the way that you think they give a fuck about you. I've seen it happen firsthand. I've taken dudes' positions, starting players that I thought, you know, were supposed to be this golden child. They get hurt. Look, I'm telling you right now, you get hurt, you are replaceable. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. I don't give a fuck what your ratings are, 5-star. You know, I don't care. I don't care how many offers you have. If you get hurt, they will replace you. There are 7 billion people on this planet, y'all. It doesn't matter what your level of talent is. If you get hurt and the coaching staff feels like you're going to cost that program opportunities to win, they will replace you. Now, depending on your level of, you know, skill, they may be a little bit more lenient, but just understand no one is irreplaceable. Not when it comes to sports. No one. Collegiate sports, to me, honestly, it's almost a little slave-like. That's another reason why I really stepped away from football. It was just, you know, the whole idea of like them measuring you, and then like it's like a chopping block, and then you're bringing in this X amount of money for, you know, a school, and you don't get to reap any of those benefits, and it's a lot of shit. It's a lot. I just feel like the pros versus the cons of collegiate sports. If you don't have to do it, ain't worth it. But if it's your only way of getting to college and you truly are passionate about going to college, you don't want your mama to pay for your shit, you want your parents to have to, you know, have a say on what college you go to, go out and do your thing. But just understand there is major risk. And if you hurt yourself in a very crucial manner, they will replace you. It can be tough to hear, but they will do it. I promise you. So just understand that you are human, no matter how you feel when you play the game. You are human, and as humans, we have our own weaknesses. And you never know when they're going to experience a freak accident. If you ever do. Some people never get injured, ever. Some people just have that luck. Some people don't. So you have to understand. And then some injuries are far, like, I hurt my shoulder, but I would hurt my shoulder 10 times over before injuring my knee or my neck, you know. So just make sure that you are fully understanding of what possible consequences you could be facing if you end up, you know, injuring yourself. And if you get hurt, I'm gonna tell you right now, be careful of allowing your mind to go into that dark place. Because sports injuries, when you have to watch your team from the sideline and you know that you will be a key factor in the game time situation, you can't be there and you just have to just, you know, you feel like a prisoner in your own body. It's tough. It gets dark, it gets fucked up, and there's times when you're left wondering what the fuck is the point of even continuing. And I'm telling you, you gotta fight through that shit. You got to. And it's not easy. It's hard as fuck. It'll be probably, For any of my people that have ever had a sports injury and had to miss a season, you understand that's one of the hardest battles you got to fight in your life. And they don't tell you about that while you're in the sport because they don't even want you to think about it. They want you to be a productive member of the team, but you have to understand injuries are real, and the mental trauma that comes with a sports injury is also extremely real. So I'm not saying these things to fear monger. I just want you to be aware of possibilities, you know. Y'all know my thing, bro. Just stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. That's it. And understand that if you do get injured and you miss opportunities because of the injury, that's not it for you. That's not the end of your life. That's not the end of your story. You're not a failure. You take that shit on the chin, you evolve, you keep it pushing. You have to, adaptability is a very crucial trait in the human species. You have to be able to improvise, adapt, and overcome. You have to. Because life is going to throw so many curveballs at you that if you can't improvise, you're going to get smacked right in your shit and then you're going to give up the first time something really bad happens to you. All types of fucked up shit happens to me all the time, yo. On a daily basis, fucked up shit happens. But I have to be able to roll with the punches and understand that there will be a less shitty day. It may not be this week, it may not be this month, shit. It may not even be this fucking year. But there will be a less shitty day. And if you wake up every day living for the less shitty days, I promise you life gets just a little bit easier. Okay. Final one. Being real versus being, look, my shit. Being a real nigga versus being a fake ass nigga. And this is or a bitch ass nigga. This is what y'all gotta understand. First and foremost, let me say this, let me clarify this right now. When I say the word bitch ass nigga, I'm not referring to bitch as the word feminine, meaning feminine equals weak. The word bitch to me is like bitch. You're acting like a bitch ass nigga right now. You're acting like a weak minded person, a bitch ass nigga. The issue with this is there's a lot of bitch ass niggas that exist. There's a lot of them. Most of the world's population is, comprised of bitch ass niggas. And there's a lot of bitch ass niggas that I'm gonna just call them BAN. B-A-N. There's a lot of BANs that have large platforms that spew an image to the youth and allow them to try to mold their minds and act as if, this is what a man should act like, or this is what a person should act like. The difference between a bitch ass nigga and a real nigga is one that is real, it's within. When you're a fraudulent dude, when you're a faker, when you're a phony, when you're trying to be something you're not, those who are real, they can see that from a mile away. When I have to deal with bitch ass niggas, y'all, it makes my spirit, like, I feel sick. It's disgusting. I'm allergic to that shit. You feel me? And I think a lot of people nowadays, they think that being a real nigga is being disrespectful to women or just being a bully. That's not you're being a bitch ass nigga. That's not being real. Being real is being able to be respectful to a person and they still respect you just because of your character. You're not doing shit to impress the crowd. You're not doing shit. You're not buying designer clothes because you feel like, oh, this is going to make me feel valued. This is going to make me feel like I'm more important to this person than this person. You're not lying to girls when you're trying to sleep with them saying, oh, I love you. You're the only girl I'll mess with. You don't have to do shit like that. You can keep it up front. You wear what you want to wear because it's comfortable for you because you like it. I feel there's so many people that live their lives based off the opinions of others, and you're going to live a very depressed fucking life if you want to continue to live your life like that. If you are always buying the newest J's, you're always getting the newest this, the newest that, because you feel like society is telling you have to do that. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. You're a follower. And, in this world, there has to be leaders and followers, but you can be a follower and not be a bitch ass nigga. Being a bitch ass nigga is when you put on this persona of acting real and convincing people that you are you're this tough guy. I'm rah, I beat anybody ass, yada yada. I got these guns, yada yada. I shoot these niggas, yada yada. I'm like, bro, like, you a bitch. Ain't that right, sis? You a bitch. With or without that rifle in your hand, you was a bitch. You don't got it in you to kill and be cool. You don't have that in you. So don't act like you have it in you. If you a bitch ass nigga, just own up to. I'ma respect you more as a bitch ass nigga if you admit you a bitch ass nigga. And that could be hard. It could be hard to look in the mirror and be like, I'm a bitch ass nigga. I know that shit gotta be hard. You gotta wake up every day and just accept the fact that you just, alright, you a sucker. You a punk ass, on my California, you a weirdo. You a weird ass nigga. You weird, bro. You weird. You weird as fuck. If the only way you can sleep with a girl is to get her really drunk or really high, or try to emotionally manipulate her by telling her that she's the only girl you fuck with, you a weirdo, bro. You ain't got no game at all. You're weird. You're weird as fuck. And honestly, bro, I hope you get better soon, because that bitch ass nigga shit is contagious. Extremely contagious. You gotta be. That's why you can't hang around bitch ass niggas. If you hang around 5 bitch ass niggas, you're gonna be the 6th bitch ass nigga. I promise you that. Shit's like the flu. Highly contagious. Highly contagious, you know? And being a real nigga is not exclusive to men. I know many women real niggas out there. I look at Shorty, I'm like, Shorty's a real nigga. And it's not based, and this is another thing. People will give respect to people based solely off of how they look. There are a lot of beautiful women out here that I don't respect just because of their character. They have extreme flaws in their character. And there are a lot of women out here that may not be the most socially attractive that I respect, because I'm like, the way you move, you do that for you. You're not trying to impress no one else. You do what you want to do because it's the best outcome for your situation. I can respect that. I don't even gotta like you as a person. This is what a lot of people have to understand. You don't have to like a person to respect a person. You don't have to. They're not two things that kind of are just go hand in hand. Liking and respecting are two completely different things. Completely different. There's a lot of girls out here that like the overly nice guy, but they don't respect him. You know what I'm saying? You don't see, it's not that you don't like the dude. You think he's a good guy, but you don't respect him because the way he moves, everything he does is in an attempt to impress you. And y'all can see that. Men out there, women can see that. When everything you do is aimed solely to impress her, she will sniff that out, and it's going to be embarrassing because she's going to look at you in a lesser light. Because she's like, bro, you ain't got no goals and ambitions. You ain't got nothing else. You just live every day to wake up and try to get some pussy so you impress me. That's weird, bro. That's weird as fuck. That's really weird. Or if you get pussy to try to impress your homies, bro. That's weird. You fucking these girls to make them think you cooler? Do you even like fucking girls, bro? You gotta ask yourself that. Why are you doing the things you do in your life? Are you doing it because you want to do that? Or are you doing it because you feel like that's what everyone else wants you to do? Do your own thing. Don't be a fucking sheep. Okay? And for the fake tough guys out there, bro, check this, bro. Cut that shit out. You gonna get hurt out here. You will get hurt. The niggas that gotta be loud and rah-rah all the time and, oh, I'm this thug, I'm a killer, I'm not scared of you. Because you do this much talking to convince yourself. You're not trying to convince me. You know I don't. You know I know you're not real. But you think if you can convince yourself, you can convince everyone else. The motherfuckers you gotta worry about y'all is the quiet ones. The niggas that don't got nothing to say back. That's a dangerous man. Because they don't even deem you worth the time, effort, and or energy for a response. Them the motherfuckers you need to watch out for if it came to a fight. Because they probably gonna beat the fuck out of you. Because they've tried to calm down the situation many times. You need to work, bro. I'm telling y'all, watch out for the niggas that want to calm down the situation. The niggas that want to, that try to gas situation, them, You might get one dude that really know what he's talking about, but it's rare. But the ones that are like, hey, look, I'm not really looking to fight. You know, you got it. It's okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. If a nigga apologizes to you, bro, you ain't never met that man in your life, hey, walk away. Walk away. Because I'm telling you, he's more scared of himself than he is you. He's scared of what the fuck he gonna do to you. He really thinking about life if you are worth going to jail over. So y'all got it, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. You might get away with it now because the way social media is set up, a lot of people will barely ever meet the people they talk shit to in real life. But one day you might meet that motherfucker. And you better have your fingers crossed he is just as much as a bitch ass nigga as you are. Because a lot of you motherfuckers gonna get fucked up out here, bro. Wolfing on the net, bro. That shit dangerous. I'm telling y'all, that shit dangerous. I'm square. I went to private school. I'm not a tough guy. You know? I'm nobody's bitch. I'm not a tough guy. I diffuse the situation. Don't work my time. I'm going home. I got shit to do. But y'all on the internet, bro, that put this certain image up, bro, just know the universe is gonna give you what you want. That's gonna give it to you. And you better be sure you want that shit, because one day you gonna say the wrong shit to the right nigga, and that's gonna be the last shit you ever say. So just keep your fucking head on the swivel, stay 10 toes the fuck down, and we out this mug. Peace.